What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I greatly appreciate it. So, begs the question, why in the world would anybody want to buy a 6.5 turbo diesel? They're so old and so out of date. Why would anybody want to buy one of these things? Well, hopefully we go over that in this video to the best of my ability. I love these trucks. Of course, you all know, if you've watched my previous videos, I do love these trucks quite a bit, and hopefully I can give you a perspective of why I like these things so much. If you haven't already and you are into these 6.5, 6.9, 7.3s, 6.2 IDI diesels, please go over to my Instagram that me and my wife run at IDI Legends. We feature everybody's 6.5, 6.2, 6.9, 7.3 IDI. As long as you're proud of it, I mean, who cares, right? So that being said, let's get started. The application, sorry, I have a bunch of notes. The applications for these motors are, there's quite a bit of them. You have them in the pickups, obviously. You have them in the vans of the 90s era. You also have them in boats. And they came in the Humvees. So if it's good enough for the U.S. military to use them for many a year, they're good enough for me. Granted, the military versions came out with more horsepower, as did the boats. Bigger injectors, taller cam, such as that. They were from stock. They did have more power. These things are not a powerhouse, which is why I'm making this video. Some of you newer guys to the diesel world, this is a great motor for you to start with, for sure. They're super cheap, but let's keep going. The GMT 400 pickups, which is exactly what my truck is. Any of the late 80s, early 90s body style pickups are a solid platform. Parts are everywhere for them. You can go to any junkyard. O'Reilly's and Advance still sell parts for them, and they're cheap. You can get just about everything for the motor, super cheap. And the junkyards have a pile of GMT 400 trucks, not specifically 6.5s. They do come up every once in a while, for sure, like everything, because everything is meant to break. But they're there. They did have several problems, which I've gone over, which is a lot of the reason why it left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths who first bought these trucks. And you know, the injection pumps said that, oh, they were giving problems, and it was really the PMD given all the issues, and there were updates to the injection pumps. But you know, once you work out all the bugs, these things are pretty good. I do like them a lot. But the GMT 400 pickups are a solid platform, especially in the 3/4 and 1-ton trucks. You don't have to worry about the frame rotting out so bad as the 1500 pickups. And you know, they're good trucks. I mean, what do you, like I said, parts are cheap and readily available. Reliability on these things, with proper maintenance, they are awesomely reliable. Here's a great thing about them: they're not a powerhouse. I mean, you can buy a whole bunch of aftermarket parts, and we'll get to that in a sec. The aftermarket is out there for them, for sure. Quad Star Tuning is doing a lot for these trucks, or these motors, and they're doing a great job. But that being said, they're not a humongous powerhouse. You do not expect to see 500 horsepower out of these things. You don't. But that's what keeps them reliable. They don't make enough power for them to break. But needless to say, they are reliable and they do make decent power, especially with some upgrades. They will last you quite a while. The fuel efficiency, 6-inch rough country lift, 35-inch tires, and a crew cab long bed, about 7,300 pound or 400 pound pickup, with a bunch of crap done to it. I'm getting 20 to the gallon. That's highway, putting around town. I can see anywhere from 15 to 18, but on the highway, 20 miles to the gallon. They are very fuel efficient, especially compared to the trucks of its time. At the time, 5.9 Cummins, 7.3 Power Stroke. This is a 97, so it was competing with the Power Stroke and 5.9 Cummins. And also the 24 valve until the 2001 when General Motors switched everything up and went to Duramax, which good motor. I like the Duramax, but that's what this truck was competing with. Fuel efficiency, in my opinion, this one had the best one. And as far as stock ride quality, this truck also wins as well. Now, you don't buy a 3/4 or 1 ton pickup for the ride quality. I understand, I get that. But if you're looking for that, there you go. But fuel efficiency, mine gets 20. I mean, highway, 20. So it is fuel efficient compared to my wife's Power Stroke. It's getting anywhere from 8 to 5. So that thing's a fuel pig. It gobbles it right up. And anywhere we have to go, 9 times out of 10, we're taking this thing. All right, so at that, like I said, the aftermarket is growing for these motors and for the trucks themselves. This is basically like a GM Lego. You can basically build your own. There's so many people out there that have so many of the same, so many different setup. Like my setup can be very common. I mean, I'm stormtrooping with it, but they're customizable. All get out. Get different exhaust. Diamond Eye makes a good one. You can run your own. You can put a stack in it, like I had in my old one. If you have a 2-wheel drive, slam it. I want to see a slammed 6.5 for sure. But I mean, that would be cool. I'd love to build one. But there's so many things you can do with these trucks. They have different headlights, taillights. You can put a roof rack on them. You can put a bed rack. Paint them, completely paint them different colors. I mean, you can do this with any truck for that matter. I mean, but make it your own. Don't copy somebody else's thing. But so much aftermarket for these things. For the up and coming diesel enthusiast, it is so daunting to try and get into the diesel world, being a younger guy with little to no money, but you want to buy your first vehicle, and for whatever reason you want a diesel. You have to have a diesel. Save your pennies, and terribly sorry. It's so daunting to go on Facebook Marketplace. I know, because I've done it, and see 10 grand for this and like 20 for that, and not everybody's got that kind of money. I get it. I am 24, will be 25 this December. I completely understand. I had a Duramax. I loved it, but I only drove it 4 times until the flywheel scattered on me. These trucks are so inexpensive that, you know, being a first-time diesel owner is possible without breaking the bank. You will... Okay, let's carry on to this part of the segment. These things are not worth 10 grand. I was cruising around Facebook Marketplace and I saw just a bone stock, believe it was that champagne color, 6.5 bone stock with aftermarket tow mirrors on it, and he was asking 11 for it. I was like, that's crazy. You're not gonna sell that unless, I mean, if you know, if it was a private seller or, you know, a dealer, then, you know, one of the two. If the dealer's trying to sell it, that I can understand, you know, people will make payments on it. But a private seller trying to get 11 out of a bone stock 6.5, come on, I wouldn't sell this thing for 10 grand. Like, you're kidding yourself. But if you can get 10 grand for it, then by all means, if you happen to stumble across somebody that, you know, just can't live without it. But for the buyer, these things are not worth 10 grand. You know, if you see one online, decent shape, maybe a few dents, a few scratches, for 6, okay, I can understand that. You know, but they're super cheap to buy. I mean, you can get into one for reasonable money. I bought this thing stock for 3 grand and I've done a lot of work to it, so that gives you more money that you can throw at it and take care of it and make it yours, which is so great. I loved seeing all the different takes on these trucks. But that being said, all the younger guys, I know you're looking to get into the truck scene and go to truck meets, and you're afraid that, you know, somebody's gonna laugh you out of a truck meet. Well, screw them, you know. If you show up with a 6.5, especially if I'm there, because I'll come out and shake a damn hand, I don't care. I love seeing these trucks. Don't let anybody tell you that, you know, they're a hunk of crap and they don't belong or anything like that. You know, every vehicle has its place, and why would you beat somebody up or over, you know, liking something? You know, it doesn't make any sense. But if you're looking to get into the truck scene, I'd love to see more of these things there. Like, they are very uncommon. There's a couple guys like myself that will, I mean, take these to truck shows and show them off. No, mine isn't, you know, truck show ready by any means, but I still show up because I like talking with people about it. It's a conversation piece, if anything, you know. Teach somebody something. Yeah, it's a Detroit. I mean, oh, what's Detroit? Yeah, see, you didn't know something. But you know, it's conversation piece, if anything. I'd love to see more of them there. There's me, 6.5 Sam. He has an awesome extended cab short bed. Love his truck. I think it looks very sharp. But I'd like to see more of them there, honestly. But I know everybody's got their opinion. So I hope that helped you figure it out. I'll have more videos coming. I'm not quitting this. I have plenty more ideas to do. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like my truck in particular, I know it's always dirty, never wash it, or hardly ever wash it. Right now I'm letting the rain get at it. I work full-time job as a mechanic, so I get back to my apartment and, you know, I'm beat, don't want to work on it or anything, but I have plenty of more things coming for this. This project is far from over, and I want to see your guys' projects make it to the end. If you like my truck, go follow my Instagram. It's JessP _ I think it's 7795. Yeah, that's it. Or if you like to see these trucks, such as 7.3s, IDI, 6.9 IDI, 6.2 and 6.5, please go check out mine and my wife's Instagram, where we showcase everybody's IDI diesel. You know, if you're proud of it, we want to see it. And you know, it takes a special person to like these things, for sure. It might be the sound, it might just be, you know, the way they sound like they're coming apart under the hood, but you know, we like them. They for sure don't build them like they used to. But thank you guys so much for watching. I had a ton of fun with this one. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.